Jack Wyatt with CredibleInformation.com. And today I have the privilege of being in the studio of Michele. Thank you, Michele. And I've always thought that what an artist really does is that an artist sees the things around in life that everybody misses. And it's just the artist's job to point things out to people. It might be the most obvious thing, but it's pointing that thing out to other people. That's what the artist does. What do you think about that?
This is actually exactly what I think about my job is. I think it's my job to see, to look and to see, and to take the time to see. I think we do not see the most obvious thing ever. I mean, what is the last time you had time to look at a flower for 5 minutes?
We were talking about some of the themes or motivations you've had, and it occurs to me that a couple of projects might be similar in that I think you did a project on the joy of aging. It was called Longest Vacation. Is that what it was called?
The Longest Holiday.
Longest Holiday.
It was, yeah, I had forgotten about this. Oh my God, yes. It was a long, long time ago. It was a project on Sun City, which is a retirement community. I don't know if it is still there.
Oh, it's still there.
It's still there. And I went there one time. I don't really remember the circumstance of going there, but I remember talking with this lady, which were in her 90s. And she was telling me that she was swimming back to New York. And what do you mean you're swimming back to New York? She said, well, every morning I swim 4 miles, and I'm going to be back in New York in 5 months or whatever she said, I forgot. And I said, you swim 4 miles a day? And she was clearly in her 80s. And she said, oh yeah, whatever. And the next couple of weeks or something, I was in the pool and I said, 4 miles, huh? How many lengths is that? And I was so stunned by the perseverance and by the athletic capacity of this woman who was 80, and all her friends were the same thing. So I, went back with some friends of mine and we did a story on these old people. We were actually doing extraordinarily feat of brilliant aging.
Well, now that to me relates a little bit to the project that you did on women. Mature women. And you did a whole series of portraits of that. Now tell us about that project.
Well, it's not so much a project about aging as it is a project about those extraordinary women who, being born in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, have paved the way to who we are right now. They've gone through, 2 world wars. They've gone through the birth of maybe not electricity, but definitely phone, computer. I mean, they've gone through the women's lib movement, through nuclear age, and so on and so on and so on. And they've prepared the world for who we are. And I just wanted to meet some of them. Plain curiosity of...
Gets back to that curiosity about people, your love for people. But now this project was included in a show in Washington, wasn't it?
Yeah, I just want to say something before, which I think is really interesting. We don't have as women, we have very few role models. You guys have plenty of role models, but we have very few contemporary role models as women. Very, very few women in their 80s or 90s. Well, now I do. But before that, I didn't really know what it meant to be 90s or 80. I had no idea. We are cut off, most of us, from our family. So I didn't know. So it was one occasion also to just know and to meet role models and to know how one can age creatively.
You don't know Jack!